Good morning, everybody. It's Joey from Clearwater Creations. I am coming to you live from Barrie, Ontario today. We are getting started on a really cool project. It's a 20 by 40 recreation pond. It's going to have a really big wetland filter, cool negative edge intake bay, walk-in beach entrance, the whole 9 yards. Tim behind me here is getting started with the excavation. So we've got all of our pond laid out here, and today is the fun part of digging the big hole. So by the end of today we hope to have most of the excavation done, and liner and possibly some rock in over the next few days. So stay tuned. I'm going to keep you posted on this one. We'll be here a little while, so hang tight. This thing is going to be awesome. Okay, here we are after day one. Still got some excavation left to go. We got walk-in sort of beach entrance going to be going on in this corner. Tomorrow we may even get started on excavating out our negative edge intake bay, and still some fine-tuning to do inside the main pond here, but very productive first day on the site here. All right. So you're looking at the main excavation for the pond area now. This sort of painted area is where our walk-in beach entrance is going to be, if you can imagine that. So we'll have a nice little shallow area here to kind of walk into nice and safely, and then it's going to go down into a 4-foot and a 6-foot depth. We got a really cool fish hotel sort of built in here with these really these 18-inch wide culverts. So we've actually carved a hole in the middle of those culverts so they can kind of swim in and out between the two, which is going to be really sweet. We're going to have jumping rock on the side there, so we've excavated that out a little bit to give people room to be jumping in there without hitting their feet off stones. Huge waterfall going to be going in the back. This area is going to be for the wetland filter. And in here is the excavation for our massive negative edge intake bay. So the idea behind this is, as water flows from the waterfall down throughout the pond and back this way towards our skimmer, there's actually going to be one more waterfall here where it falls down into a sort of a disappearing reservoir, so to speak. So that's why we call it a negative edge, sort of like a negative edge on a pool in a way. But this reservoir needs to be able to store all that water, the surface water that drains into the reservoir once the system is shut down. So that's why this excavation needs to be so much bigger. We've got 100 large aqua blocks going in this excavation here, along with a pump vault and 6 or 7 extensions to get up to that height. But we are on the home stretch now, so almost on to the next phase, which is liner and underlayment, and it feels good. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday. We are back inside in Barrie, Ontario today, just getting geared up for what's going to be another super productive week. A little bit of rain coming today, but it doesn't seem to slow us down much these days. Forgot to do an end of the week update last week, so I'll start you off with a post-game week update here, and I'll show you what's going on, and we're making amazing progress, so you're gonna love this. Okay, so we got 2 machines on site here. Both are getting warmed up from a bit of a cold weekend, so those are starting to get warmed up. I think my last post, I think we were just setting the first boulder, if I remember correctly, so we've come quite a long way since then. We started on this side of the pond rather than moving back and forth all over the pond. We sort of started on this side and worked on this side of the pond first. So as you can see, we got a lot of rock work done along this edge, and I'll go around to the other pond to show you, or the other side of the pond to show you rather. And today we'll be working along that edge and sort of getting that finished up and kind of working this way. And pretty soon we'll be able to start playing with a lot of that really nice moss rockery. So this is what the pond looks like so far. Some really nice shelving structure in here. Walk-in beach entrance is going to be coming from this side. On this side there's Tim way over there, and so some really nice boulder work along this edge of the pond so far. Really nice shelving. I really like these nice wide shelves here, and oh man, this thing's coming together really nicely. All right, so that rain showed up as expected. It's a little messy out here right now, but still trucking. If you build it, they will come. The toads are here! Good evening, everybody. Thursday night now. Just doing one more check-in on the projects we're working on. So the pond is coming along really great, sort of organized chaos right now. We got this really nice log placed in here a couple days ago. We got our beach entrance sort of framed out here for the walk-in beach. We're in the works of getting our intake base done and sorted out there. So that's all turning out really great. Waterfall and stuff, that's going to be one of the last parts of the project. This is what we're on right now, our massive excavation for our ginormous wetland filter. So this here is going to be the main filter for this whole pond in here. So huge filter. We're really going for pristine water quality on this one. But just check out the size of that thing. So we're going to be able to achieve what should be amazing water quality with this kind of a filter, combined with a negative edge intake bay system for a little bit more biological filtration as well. And this thing is going to be just amazing. There we go. We've got a waterfall framed out here for the wetland. So wetland is going to kind of form in there, and then it's going to follow a little bit of a stream and come through here, through this gap in the rocks here. That's going to be really sweet. We got a jumping rock placed the other day, so that actually overhangs really nicely into the pond. This thing's coming together swimmingly. Good morning, everybody. I am coming to you live with a week 3 update. It is pretty early in the morning, so my face need not be on camera today, or yet anyways. But here we are. We got some really great work done so far. We got amazing progress done on the wetland filter. We're going to be ready for some boulder work in there within the next couple days. We got started on our intake bay just yesterday, so we had to do a seam in here to just sort of extend a piece of liner out into this intake bay. So now we started to frame all that out a little bit, so that's good. Tim right now is just finishing up getting some gravel into the pond. We're going to get these shelves graveled in a little bit so we can get some water in here just to start, and that'll kind of hold some things in place. What we're going to be doing over the next couple days is, like I say, sort of getting this intake bay wrapped up, maybe getting some boulder work done within the wetland there and starting to build up that berm a little bit. Hopefully finishing up a little bit more of this edging along the way as well. But things are looking really, really good here in Barrie. We got some beautiful rocks still to play with and some really cool wood elements and stuff like that. So things are going to really start taking shape here as we get towards the later stages of the pond. All right. Keep following along, stay tuned. Appreciate all your comments and everything so far. This one's been real fun. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. We are end of week 4 on our large recreation pond in Barrie. It's coming along really well. Excited for the weekend though. We have done a lot over this last week. We are nearing the finishing stages, so hoping to be done sometime mid next week on this. Let me turn this camera around and I'll show you what we got so far. All right, so one thing you'll notice is we finally have some water in. Hooray! So that's good. Feels like the end is in sight when water starts to go in, but we got more rock coming on early next week anyways, Monday or Tuesday, and we'll need those to sort of finish out our berm in here. There's still some rockery, some boulder work that we need to do up in this berm area here, but overall this waterfall turned out awesome. We got some edging done today. This fire pit is set in place now, so we're just making our way along some edging before the end of the week. Gonna do a nice beach walk-in entrance here. Gonna have a nice clean edge here from the grass to separate the grass from the rock. What else can I show? All right, this is our negative edge intake bay. So the way this system designed is water is actually going to overflow over these stones here, and this is going to act as the main pre-filter for the pond. So all the physical debris and leaves and such that land in the pond are going to make its way into this area here where it can be easily removed. So this is like a giant pond skimmer giant skimmer for the pond is what I'm trying to say. So we'll have a really nice skimming effect coming off of these rocks here, really nice waterfall, and that'll be like a negative edge. It's what we call a negative edge intake bay. We have massive waterfalls going on in the back over there with all kinds of crashing and falling water. I'll take you over there in a sec. This area here is going to be the main filter for the pond. So this is our biological wetland filter. This is where you know, majority of the work left is to be done. So once we sort of finish framing out our berm in here, we'll sort of be able to blend it in with this wetland filter and start to get some work done on this. I have a really nice waterfall framed out right here. So this is going to be where water overflows from the filter back into the pond. So we have a really cool waterfall here, combined with the main waterfall in the back here. We have jet systems in this pond as well. So there's a series of 5 jets in here, just to push water towards this intake bay here, just to help guide the debris along the way. So a lot of moving parts in this project, but couldn't be happier with the way this is turning out. Taking you around the pond a little bit here. So final depth in this pond is going to be 6 feet. We got a nice jumping rock there that can jump right into the bottom from that rock, and we have some really nice waterfalls constructed over here. A whole lot of action going to be taking place in these waterfalls here. Water crashing down in here and over these stones in here, and from the top over there over multiple spillways. So a lot of action going to be going on in this waterfall. It looks like a bunch of dry rock right now, but as soon as we get water going over this thing, it's going to be amazing. There we go. .360. Turning out sweet. All right, everybody, stay tuned for the final leg next week. So there we have it. Beach. We have our wetland waterfall, turned out sweet. So that little guy. So that's our wetland filter in the back there, overflowing back into the pond. This really sweet log. Fire pit, pondside fire pit, and last but not least, this amazing waterfall. Videos never do it justice, but this thing just turned out amazing. Super happy with the way this turned out. I think I'm gonna have to come back for some better videos.